the only thing that might change is if the granddaughter gtes one.
You didn't call me?
A great-granddaughter. Great-granddaughter.
My message?
No, I didn't. That's fun.
Oh, I should have. I wasn't
Yeah,
coming.
I'm not old enough to be a great-grandpa.
No, I didn't get it. I'm not even a grandma yet. My kids, I don't know what they're waiting for. That's okay. Tell them I'm not old enough to be a grandma.
There, what do we got here?
That's pretty
I'm
fun.
an older. Oh, yes, but then it's babysitting duties.
Yeah.
It's orange.
Ooh, goodness gracious.
Got it, got it.
We can't start without you. Pam might do something illegally.
Oh, you know
I said
it.
Mike.
Mike, the potential's there, right? Take this scarf off. I'm too old. Thank you, Herman.
We got it fixed now, but I don't think it was working. Well, they did finally get it working, the line was on the video. Planning commission, they said it wasn't working.
What's that, the mic?
Well, we had IT guy come in.
Mike, go Fox.
Mike, come in.
Did you get permission to approach the bench, sir?
Turned off the commenting, such as being said, you don't want to hear from us.
I don't believe so.
And then
I didn't get it.
oh, jeez, I didn't do that.
What is it? No, are you gonna send it to me? Okay, all right. How's that? Randy's giving me a new lasagna recipe.
All right. Hi, Zach.
Get me nervous.
Do you want a vitamin C?
I'm good. Knock on wood, my only issue from all these allergies. It's not gonna last. I was getting sick one last time.
Really?
Okay.
I really don't know which one I get.
Anyway, that's,
I forgot.
that's all right. Oh, indeed. All right. That is all you need.
Oh, is it time?
All right. So get started.
Let's do it.
The Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Can we have roll call, please?
Greg Carnes,
Here.
Jennifer Eden. Here. Herman Ferguson,
Here.
Dean Haas,
Here.
Pam Loeffler, here. Chris Repetta, absent. Zach Tucker.
Here.
All right, approval of the agenda as printed.
So moved.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, approval of the consent agenda. Township Board Minutes, March 3rd, 2026. The Treasurer's Report, February 28th, 2026. And Clerk's Warrants and Bills, March 18, 2026.
So moved.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Communications, Livingston County Sheriff's Report, February 28th, 2026. Approved Planning Commission meeting minutes, February 10th, 2026. Planning Commission meeting synopsis, March 18th, 2026.
Move to receive communications and place on file.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Public remarks. Okay, Scott?
Oops, sorry. Scott Dietrich, White Lake Road. In regards to this closed session, it would be nice if we could have it open to the public, only because it's regarding our special land use permits. And it should equally be applied to anybody in this township. But my only concern is if you got a special land use permit and you apply for it and you come in and ask for certain things and get approved on these things, they are for the person that applied. They should not have the right to rent their rooms out under that special land use permit. I mean, we're gonna have a mess if everybody's allowed to just get a special land use permit and allow everybody to work through their place. So I don't know what's gonna happen in the future, but I said, I would not apply this to, Bare Naked Woods, on their own. I would apply that to anybody if somebody's coming in front of the planning commission for now, and it should be in the past. But other than that, yeah, I think it's very, troubling that somebody can just open up and just turn their barn into a store, a mini mall, more or less, is what I look at it. And then the people that got to really think about it, because if you got someone like that that's bringing hundreds and hundreds of people, or 50 to 100 people in a week, I mean, the neighbors got to put up that traffic. It's not like Joe Schmo's got a couple trucks and he has a little contracting business where he's only got a few trucks going out. These people that have special land use permits that are bringing that many people in, it's a whole different animal. It's a whole different animal. And our police are stretched to the max now. And, when you got a facility that's having classes, if they want to have weddings and they want to have campgrounds, I mean, that just stresses our resources. And that's the way I look at it. So I know there's a lot of decisions to be made, and it's not, and I never did do this just to pick on them because I didn't like them. So, but I mean, this is something that I fought for in the past, and I'll fight for in the future, that special land use permits are for the landowner only. And we have to have, kind of keep it in control, because the neighbors got to put up with it.
All right. Anybody else with public comment?
Hi, Gordon Tomaszewski. I would just like to say and comment, I never thought, after witnessing what transpired at this meeting after 2 trustees left, that the bar could be set any lower than what you guys have already set it. We have a trustee that reads out a letter claiming from an anonymous person how unsafe they feel. And then the subject turns to, we should turn around and ban trustee and his wife, a resident, from being able to come into the township office. What's really disgusting is, Mr. Tucker, you've put on this board, you're an attorney. You're supposed to be presumably one of the smartest guys on this board, if not the smartest guy. We have another attorney sitting here. And both of you turn around and agree and profess, yeah, we should look into banning them from the office. We should look into it. No discussion, no talk, no nothing. I don't know about you, but I'd have to presume when you were in college and you were studying to be an attorney, that's at some point, maybe they talked about civil rights. So you want to all sit here and turn around about and talk about blatantly violating someone's civil rights because you get a letter from some drama queen. It's disgusting. The amount of RDS, which is repetitive derangement syndrome, that you exhibit is unbelievable. You just can't seem to get over it. If these people are such a threat, then why don't you produce it? File a police report? If we had that happen again? Do you have videotape? You know what would really be cool? You guys are talking about tonight, talking about putting more security in with the window and everything. Why don't you turn around and contract with the security company on these for the video and have them add audio to it? Be really interesting. But you know why you don't? I can tell you right now, I know why you don't. It's because you would incriminate yourselves on a lot of things you don't want people to hear you saying. It's always easy to present one side of a story. Lastly, I found it really amazing also that after Mr. Rapetta and Mr. Haas left, it turned into an open forum that now we can start discussing, Foley Road. We can talk and debate back and forth with a new appointee. But you couldn't turn around, you couldn't answer one question on the budget for anybody that asked you. I'd still like to know, I'd still like to know where the money from the fire run went. Maybe at some point you can talk back and let us know where it went.
Anybody else? All right, then we will close public remarks, move into unfinished business, which I don't believe there is any. So we'll go straight into new business. Business item number 1, approval of the final amendment of the 2025-2026 budget.
Good evening. Before you in your packets should be the final amended budget. Our year end is coming up in a week, and these are the final budget amendments for the fiscal year 2026 year. Any questions?
Yeah, can we get all the ones we wanted answered last time answered?
This is in regards to the current year budget. This is different from that.
Next year's budget.
The 2025-2026 budget. These were the amendments discussed, 2025-2026. Yes, correct.
That means ending this month.
Right. So, any questions to the amendment? Or amendments, I should say?
I assume Gene Hill and Park and Lane are both pass-through funds.
Yes.
Am I right?
Correct.
Yes, they're special assessment funds. Yep.
Thanks.
All right, then I will entertain a motion for approval, please.
So moved.
Support.
Roll call vote? No? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Casey.
All right, thanks,
Thank you.
Casey. All right, new business item number 2, request of Ms. Audra Bradley to appeal her fire service charge. Hi, Audra. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank y'all for having me. Yes, I'm here. I was on my way to work early in the morning, and it was a very bad day. It was all type of people on the side of the road, flipped around, turned over, and I'm driving as usual, and I hit a patch of black ice, and I'm driving regular traffic as everyone else, maybe a little bit slower, but I hit a patch of black ice, and I slipped to the side and kind of sidetracked a big diesel truck and bounced from there, and I'm steady driving, and then I hit another patch of black ice, and I slipped, and my car went to the side, went down a ditch. All I know, once I went to the ditch and my car stood still, I just came to and I looked around like, I'm alive. So I'm looking around like, oh boy, how am I gonna get out of here? Because my car was upside, my SUV was upside down. So I'm looking around and I instantly seized my phone because I'm thinking like, let me call my kids. My phone fell to my feet, my purse, and I'm looking around like, how am I gonna get out of here? And it just so happened I hear two guys in the back. They're like, ma'am, are you okay? You all right? Can you get out? So I looked, I'm like, my car upside down, how am I gonna get out of here? But the back of my window just happened to have a body-sized little hole in it. And they grabbed my hand and helped me out. I walked up the hill. I was fine. I was like nervous, but just so happened my cigarettes were still in my pocket. So I grabbed the cigarette out and smoked, and I'm talking to them. And it's a cold day, so the guy was like, you want to sit in my truck? He let me sit in the truck for a while. He was like, I don't have nowhere to be. I'm just going up north or somewhere he's going that way south somewhere. And he's like, you can sit in here and calm down and everything. And I was fine. And then he said until a police or ambulance came. So shortly after, ambulance pulled up, and I got out and talked to them, and they was like, would you like to get in the car? He was like, well, I'm fine. I'm not in a hurry. You can sit here until the police and the wrecker come. But I talked to them for a minute, and I went over to the truck. I can't really remember sitting in there. If I did, it's only because when they came, he went on ahead and said, well, I'll go ahead and leave since you're safe. I think I may have gotten there 5 minutes, and the police pulled up. I was like in 4 different cars in less than 30 minutes, because I wasn't even there about 30 minutes. And so I think I got in there for a minute. They never checked nothing. They never took temperature, blood pressure, nothing. I just sat there for a minute till the police arrived. Police arrived. I got in with him, gave him all my information, and they was like, well, since the police is here, we got another accident to go to. So they took off, and then police took my information till the wrecker came, and the tow truck came and got my keys out of there in my work bag, because they was attached to my keys was attached to my work bag. I got in with him. Police pulled off, and I really appreciated them coming, but I didn't call. You know, he asked me, the guy that was sitting in the truck, well, you need me to call the ambulance? I said, I'm fine. I'm like, by the grace of God, I'm like, I feel fine. I'm just a little nervous, but I'm okay. And so I talked to the ambulance people for a minute, but they never checked me. They asked me, did I need checked? I'm like, no, I feel okay. I just want to go home. I just want waiting on my daughter to pick me up. And I got in the wrecker, and the wrecker drove me to the tow truck to the Clyde gas station. I sat out there with him for a minute until my daughter pulled up. So I was like in 4 or 5 different cars in one day. So I'm just trying to understand, like, how do I owe $1,500 bill or $1,800 bill, and they didn't do anything for me but pull up. I mean, like I said, I was like bouncing different cars, and I don't even think I was in there 5 minutes till the police came. And I sat in there the longest, and the record the longest than anybody else that arrived. And I'm like, $1,500? I mean, I appreciate their service, I really do, because I could have been really needed the service. I really could have been in bad shape. But I was fine, and I walked away, no problem. When I seen the bill, I'm like, whoa. You know, they said they checked my car for fire. I mean, I guess to see if the gas was leaking or anything. I don't know. I can't remember if they even walked down the hill to go check it or not. There was a lot going on. I just know I was nervous, but they could have. I'm not denying it, but I mean, that's maybe something that they have to do on their services anyway. But I'm just trying to dispute the bill, because like I said, I appreciate the service, and thank God I was fine and everything, but that's a lot for not even being seen, took to a hospital, or I don't even think I sat in there 5 minutes, just enough to get out of his truck, to get in there for a minute, and the police pulled right after that, before I even stepped a feet in there practically, and got right back out and got in the police car and talked with him. And I just don't feel like that's...
Well, part of the reason that they're there is for traffic control. Obviously, slow people down and make sure more accidents don't happen. So, and you do realize that this township does not have its own fire department. We contract with multiple fire departments to the north, to the south, and to the west. And they bill the township every time they're called.
I mean, I'm not sure, don't mean to interrupt you, but I didn't see a fire truck. I seen an ambulance. no fire truck came. It was an ambulance came. I never seen a fire truck at all.
Would have been the EMS.
Was Heartland area.
Heartland, probably their,
Probably a little truck, not a
yeah,
big.
not a big
water
fire truck, no,
You know,
not a fire truck.
any accident, they're dispatched, especially if you had a rollover.
I mean, I'm not denying that. I just, when you said fire truck, I'm expecting a big fire truck,
Yeah,
but
no.
it looked like an ambulance to me, so.
Have you tried turning this into your insurance? I mean,
I have accidental insurance, but they said they don't pay it unless I go to the hospital. They don't cover it unless I was actually took to the hospital.
What about your auto insurance?
My auto insurance, they just say they'll take care of it either. I had an auto insurance for my car, but
Right.
they didn't say anything about me. If I was hurt, I believe they probably would have, had me an accidental insurance on it, but they didn't even pay none of my doctor bill, because I did go to the doctor when I got home, later on that day, but, they didn't pay any of those bills. My accidental insurance that I have on my job covered some of those bills just for me being checked out and everything, but they're the ones that said they would not pay the bill because I didn't go physically to the hospital.
Well, it might be worth trying your auto insurance.
Yeah, do you have full coverage, if you don't
Yes,
mind me asking?
I have full coverage.
They should cover it then,
they really,
especially if they had to replace your vehicle or pay to repair it.
yeah.
Yeah, they replaced some of it because I had gap insurance through my loan company that paid the rest of it, so they didn't pay the whole total cost.
Yeah, I would turn this into your auto insurance and have them.
Well, I guess it's worth a try, but I just wanted to at least speak my opinion about it because, like I said, but then if that's the case, the
Yeah.
police could have charged me, the man that let me sit in his car longer than the ambulance fire truck did could have charged me. I mean, the tow truck people, well, I'm sure my insurance paid for that though. But, yeah. I guess that's all I
Well,
have.
all right. Well, thank you.
Yep,
I'll,
thank y'all.
I guess, I'll leave it up to the board for a motion.
You know, I don't know, Greg, this whole thing bothers me that they automatically call, I understand why, but, you know, if all they did is came there, checked for gas and left one truck, they couldn't have been there more than 15 or 20 minutes. I understand it's a call, but it's not like we dispatched fire trucks and they had to put a fire out, and there was water hoses, and there was, you know, time involved. I mean, this was actually the probably, like you said, it wasn't even a true fire truck. It was their EMS version.
Yeah.
You know, I think a little relief might
But
be.
the cost is still the same.
Still to the taxpayers.
Right,
It's still the
taxpayers.
township taxpayers.
And it's in the contract, and we'd have to look at the contract. To your point, I mean, it cuts both ways too, as I understand it. I mean, you could have a massive, full department response, and
And
we'd
it's
pay
still
the
15.
same.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, all three fire
Yeah.
departments could have responded. It's still 1587 to the township. I mean,
Well,
to the
it bothers-
taxpayers.
It bothers me because nobody's ever, still can't tell me where $500,000 goes for our supposed public service for fire and police as it is that we already pay.
If the board isn't going to act on it, do we need a motion?
No,
Or we do need a motion. All right, I would move to deny the appeal.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And opposed?
They,
Try your insurance, really. Don't let them off the hook. Really. They'll. All right, new business item number 3. Renewal of the township's commercial insurance policy.
As you've seen in your board packet, our premium is $93,507.50. for our liability insurance. So last year, our insurance premium was $31,724. There's an increase of $58,540. So I wanted to give a little context on this increase for the liability insurance. So carriers base the premiums largely on township's overall risk profile. Things like claims history, legal expenses, and exposure to lawsuits. Over the past 6 years, we've had more legal activity, and from the insured's perspective, that increases risk. When risk goes up, premiums follow. That's what we're seeing now. So we've had 5 claims in the last 6 years. Total paid out was $200,000. That's what the insurer has paid out
To,
to the claims. We had 5 claims. And that, so,
but those are legal fees that the insurance company has incurred?
yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And that, so, that's where we're at with it. We don't really have a choice in not carrying liability insurance, right? We carry it primarily to protect funds and assets from lawsuits arising from bodily injury, property damage, or errors. This is typical in Michigan. The law allows townships to be sued in certain situations, and defending those cases is expensive, even if you win.
You still have to pay the insurance attorney.
Right.
So
right.
you say we've already paid out, I don't see where it says what we paid out on though.
We
Was that in
didn't
the
pay out.
budget?
We didn't pay it out.
The
They
insurance
paid
company,
out.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That's what I'm saying, they paid out.
Yes.
It doesn't tell us what they paid out on. Is there any way we know?
I just stated $200,000
I
in
didn't
the
say how
last
much,
6
on
years.
what? For what?
On legal claims.
For what? I thought part of our agreement was with any legal claims or anything that legal costs that were paid out in behalf for, on or for Tyrone Township, we were going to be transparent on now.
So let me explain this to you. The township did not pay those out. Our liability insurance company
They were paid on our behalf.
hired an attorney, and they paid that attorney
On our behalf.
on our behalf. I do
Again.
not have all of those attorney fees, schedules, nor the invoices because it didn't go through us.
We know
And that-
what they were defending us for, on what, whether it be a lawsuit or whatever. We know what those are for. That's what I'm asking. The same way that we identify lawsuit now with any legal fees that are paid by or for us. I thought we were going to be transparent on and tell the public what lawsuits we're involved in and what the costs were, regardless of it's, I mean, this insurance is going up because we had part of it, when you have claims, insurance goes up. That's part of what they look at when they requote it.
Right.
So I think the residents have a right to know, okay, they paid on our behalf an attorney to defend us on a case. What's the case? That's all I'm asking. What the cases were.
Well, I don't think the takeaway is about any one case, but it's how the overall environment affects what we pay. I'm not saying, it's not any one single case. This is what is in the insurance report.
We
When we
paid
look
out,
at
they
that-
paid $30-some thousand to an attorney, am I correct? Or two attorneys, is that correct? To defend us. Is that correct? Do I understand that correctly?
One little chart.
I didn't even.
Mr. Supervisor, one of those cases was with respect to the residential development
I
just
think
down the
that
road.
was the biggest one.
Okay.
And understand that in none of those cases did the claimant win any money in any lawsuit. This was all for legal fees.
Yes.
Another one is the Malarks filed the lawsuit against the township for Bare Naked Woods.
Yeah,
And
this
that's
one,
okay, I don't care about the actual dollar amounts. All I'm saying is,
And I'm trying to get you the names.
For legal fees that were paid
Yes.
for or on our behalf, we would say what the cases were that they were paid for. And again, I don't care at this point in time. So one was this one, you think the other one's Bare Naked. Again, just for clarification for the residents so they know what we're being represented on.
Okay?
Who was the
Okay.
original developer on that?
Boss engineering.
That's okay.
Was
I'm
that
good with
Boss?
I'm good with that.
And then it went to Big Sky.
Yeah,
Now Big Sky.
They are the one that did it. And I can't think of 4 others that the insurance company's been involved in,
Well,
I can state what they are.
if you know what they are, yeah.
I know what they are. So in 2023, there was a land permit suit, and that was with Boss down there.
okay.
2024, there was a ZBA suit. 2024 medical marijuana suit. And now currently 2 FOIA violation claims against the township.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Like I said, it's,
Yeah.
the insurance company's not looking at one specific one. It's the accumulation and what the pattern is.
pattern.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Has
I
them
understand.
concerned.
I understand insurance pretty
Has
well.
them concerned.
So when the premium goes up this much, it's the last question I want to ask, but do we think we have enough coverage?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, we do. And, yeah, because
I just wanted to cover that. Go ahead.
we do.
Good
And,
question.
Thank you, Zach.
So, as I said, we don't really have a choice in the matter. However, I did submit an application for potential coverage through a separate carrier in which our insurance agent has sent to a brokerage market. This occurred last week, and it's all based on loss runs. And as of this afternoon, our agent has not had any carrier submissions quoting lower than our current rate.
We are trying to shop it.
Yeah.
This is what we're trying to do, okay?
You know,
How long do we have before this has to be put into effect then?
our coverage ends March 31st. This begins April 1st. Yeah.
So,
We don't,
I guess my question then is, do we just try to, at this point, since you're still shopping and it may not be this company, can we just approve a dollar amount, this being the max? So we'll approve this much money, because we won't have another meeting before the end of the month.
Well, we're not approving this much money. What we have to do is
we
approve
have to approve
The
this.
plan.
this
Policy.
And we just-
policy
Yeah.
right
Well, then
now.
what if you shop it and
And-
something comes in cheaper?
Well, then it would reduce this cost for that.
It's with the same
But
company.
it-
Same company.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It
Same
would
company,
just-
okay,
yeah.
okay, I understand, same company.
Yeah, they're shopping it for us.
Our agent.
Okay.
Yeah, our
Our
agent.
agent.
Okay,
And these policies are kind of unusual too for government entity coverage, if I'm correct about that.
Yes.
I don't think you can just go to
Yeah,
a
they're-
traditional.
They're not,
Not
yeah.
everyone covers them.
No,
I mean,
Right.
the
There's
only reason I
not-
ask that is because my agent shops my insurance all the time, and it may not come back right now for Frankenmuth, it may not be with Frankenmuth, it may be somebody else. But my agent is shopping it.
Yeah.
But in this case, they're shopping with the same company. It would be the same company, just a reduced rate. Okay. That's all right. Appreciate it.
Make a motion to approve the insurance.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. New business item number 4. We have
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to just interrupt you for a second. I'm sure people have noticed, my laptop is not reading correctly, so sometimes it's up on the screen, sometimes not.
I did not notice that, but, okay.
I keep closing out of it and restarting and, you know.
Well, we have I'll keep the meeting moving along here. We have a recommendation from the Planning Commission to appoint Sally Eastman as the PC ex officio to the Zoning Board of Appeals. And I think that's an excellent recommendation, and I'm going to recommend to this board that they follow the PC's recommendation, and we appoint Sally Eastman as the ZBA ex officio.
So moved.
Support.
I'll just add to, Sally's been wonderful. She's been very active and involved in meetings.
Yes.
She's been at all the meetings. I recommend it as well, so.
Thank you.
I thought I'd seen her here. Where
She is, she's right there.
Yeah,
And you're good with it, right? Real good.
she's here to kick and scream and say, no, please, no.
Don't do this to me. All right, well, all in favor?
Aye.
Oppose? Well, there you go, Sally. Yeah,
More work.
yeah.
Thank you, Sally.
Thank you for your dedication to the township. Appreciate that. And then I'd also like to recommend Randy Pierce as an alternate to the ZBA. This appointment here would fill every spot we have on the boards and make me very comfortable. So, if there's any reason to not, let me know. Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to appoint.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Oppose? Motion carries. There you go, Randy.
Thank you, Randy.
Welcome to my nightmare.
All right. Moving on to new business number 5, the General Appropriations Act resolution. All right. We've bounced this around a few times, and I think we've pounded it enough that we can entertain a motion, or do we need some further discussion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Support.
All right.
It's a resolution.
It's a
This is
resolution.
a resolution, so
Sorry, so resolved.
Who seconded?
Zach.
It was hard.
Oh, her. Oh, okay.
yep.
We sound alike.
Yeah.
All right,
Was
roll
her.
call.
Greg Carnes,
Yes.
Jennifer Eden,
Yes.
Herman Ferguson,
Yes.
Dean Haas,
Yes.
Pam Offler, yes, Christopher Petta, absent, Zach Tucker.
Yes.
Motion carries. Okay, moving on to new business item number 6, request to retain special legal counsel for our data center zoning regulation that the planning commission is working on. We looked at a couple of law firms, and it looks like we really should continue with Foster Swift, who has been very, very helpful on the mining ordinance, our mining ordinance, and our medical marijuana ordinance. And so I'm going to entertain a motion, or
I'll make a motion to retain Foster and Swift as special legal counsel for data center zoning regulations.
Support.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right. The Planning Commission will be very happy with that. Item number 7, Foley Road, improvement agreement, the Foley Road section between Mabley Hill and Heartland. It's that, those of you that are familiar, it's that steep hill coming down from where the Kandahar Ski Club used to be. And it's always been a tricky one to keep maintained.
I've heard from a bunch of residents how excited they are about this.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And you know, with the development there where Kandahar used to be, I'm drawing a blank. It's what's the name of it
Foley
again?
Crossing? Is that, no, that's
No,
your way.
that's the
No,
other way.
it's not Hills of Tyrone, it's, I don't know. Anyway, their pavement, their streets are paved, but then they come out onto Foley Road to get to Heartland, and they get to deal with that. So, yeah, I'm sure that's probably a good share of the residents you've heard from. So, and then just a little bit further to the east, they go to Denton Hill, so. Even if it might be a little longer on dirt. So I'll entertain a motion for Foley Road improvement agreement.
So moved.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? That motion carries. New business number 8, chloride solutions quote for the road dust control.
This is the same rate they gave us last year.
Yeah, there's, and they did a nice job. So,
Can I ask one favor, Ron? Can you look at the weather a little bit better and not do it the day before it rains every time?
it is Michigan, Dean, come on.
It seems like every time they do a road, it rains, and
Yeah.
it's just the sloppiest, because of course, they cut it up pretty good before they chloride it.
Oh, yeah.
They chloride it, and then it becomes literally 3 inches of the worst stuff you
Soup.
can ever drive in,
Yeah.
and it gets everywhere in your car. So, that's the only thing I want to ask. They check the weather, look, I understand it's tough, but it's like,
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to accept Chloride Solutions quote for road dust control.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. All right, new business number 9. We got a quote to repair the front doors of the township building. It was interesting this winter with the
The strip between
the latch that moves it
Get 'em
up and
closed.
down so that it latches the top and bottom. The bottom was stuck bad. I blasted it with WD-40 many times, but sometimes I could get it to work and sometimes I couldn't. So, got a guy to look at it and he said, yeah, your WD-40 was a good try, but you really just need to replace,
the doors.
not the whole door, but the mechanism. So if you'll see on the quote, that's what he's doing. And he's also looking at the sweeps.
yeah, can I ask you about that? Is that from the salt?
That
Is that what he's?
partially due to
The salt
Salt.
corrosion? I noticed along the bottom ones, that's what I'm
Yeah.
asking.
it's
Is there
it's
something
the,
we can do about that? To
Well,
prevent maybe,
try to
ask
keep-
him if we can, or find a way we can maybe prevent so much.
yeah. He is using this Duprin,
Yeah,
which is supposed to help. And I will ask him about some kind of,
I know those sweeps
Some
help
kind of-
somewhat, but then they just get
He-
clogged up with the
he
salt.
also told me not to use WD-40, he told me to use lithium grease. So I do have him, did he put it on here? I asked him to give me a quote to throw a can of lithium grease on it. Oh, I don't see it. Anyway, he's supposed to give me a can of lithium grease to squirt
I'll
on it.
donate a can of lithium grease to you, Brad.
All right, good. But we're not gonna use WD-40 on it.
No.
He said, don't use WD-40. Anyway. So, can I get a motion to approve this?
So moved.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? And that motion carries. Okay, new business, item number 10, a proposal to reconfigure the lobby windows for better customer service and security. Basically, what we did is we talked to the deputy clerk and the customer service, and of course, the other staff, and we come up with a way to make those 2 glass windows from the lobby to their desks. We want to make it more like a real business, a regular business, where you have slider glass windows and you go to the customer service if you're coming to see the treasurer or you're going to the clerk side if you're going to get a passport or elections. That way they're separate. It'll be easier, I think, for the customers to understand where they gotta go and then down the hall when they're let in. So that's why we did it. It'll be more like all the other townships and the county.
Did we send this out for a bid?
Yeah, I sent it over to Bryn Mawr.
Yeah, but that's it. That's
Yeah.
the only one I see.
Yeah, I don't have.
I'd like to see about at least some local glass companies like Fenton Glass. I mean,
Well,
they're local, they do the same type of
It's
work.
mostly drywall. It's mostly drywall, because the glass is minimal. It's drywall and counter, because he's got to take that out. We looked at it, it's not a bearing wall, so we don't have to worry about the mullion. We're actually reducing the size. It's not going to be 2 windows, it's going to be 1, and it's going to be smaller, and it has to be located in a position where their desks can stay.
Again, there's window companies that do this.
Yeah.
There's one in Brighton that I know does this type of work.
I can
I mean,
have somebody look
it's
at
not
it.
critical to get done right now. I'd like to at least try to send it out at least 1 or 2 more places for a quote.
All right,
If we can. I mean,
I can look at another.
and I can give you one name of a company.
The thing is we don't necessarily have drawings, so
No,
we have to go, we're just kind of describing what we want. I
I
don't want to do engineer drawings, because that'll just cost
I
more.
would send that send that for your RFQ.
Right there, yeah.
Exactly what they're doing.
I had a,
Take top off there and send it out to, and like I said, there's a company I know that's local right in Brighton,
All right.
right there where the old Harley dealer is.
Email that to
I
me,
will.
and I'll have them look at it.
They've done a bunch of windows in several houses that included drywall, trim, paint, caulk.
Okay.
They did a phenomenal job.
I had a thought too, and recognizing this is probably a long shot, but I was looking through the materials from the insurance company, and one of the things that it talked about was grants for security-related improvements. I don't know if this would
We passed the
qualify.
deadline.
We're
It
past the
wasn't-
deadline.
Yep,
Okay,
it was
all
in
right.
February.
All right, well, that is unfortunate.
Yes. I mean, at the end of the day, we see this coming in the future for elections and security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing it's a good idea. I'd like to make sure we can get it done for the best price possible. It's still a quality job, obviously.
Sure.
Greg, can you put in there that we need to have those bids by next, so we can make a decision by the next meeting?
Yeah, I mean, I don't
If you
see
can
why
get
not.
those
April,
two.
what is it, April
I
7th
think
is
that's
our next
probably-
meeting? They can, and I'll use this, like you say, I'll use this as an RFQ.
Just cut top off and
Yep.
Bids to you, Greg, by
Yeah.
April 7th.
Yep.
I'll get that over to you tonight.
Well,
Well, I'm
actually,
gonna
you
need
want
it
it
before
before
that.
that.
Yeah.
the
We're
board
gonna make
packet.
Yeah, because they gotta
decision.
go in the board packet.
What's that?
We have a meeting on the 7th, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so maybe by
So
the
there,
6th,
yeah.
to you by the 6th.
Yeah.
Well,
probably
they
the
want it
week
in the
prior.
board packet, yeah.
Yeah.
Greg, this company, they'll
So
be out
April
within a
1.
week.
Yeah.
They'll be out within the
Well,
week,
that would
and
be
and
April
they'll
1.
pretty much give you a quote almost
Yeah.
right
That would
there.
be April.
I don't know.
They have a week.
It's gonna be tough with Easter and everything too. Maybe we,
The guy's local.
I do estimates the same.
I mean,
All right, I'll
I've literally
try.
called him when he was there within 2 days.
yeah, hey.
So by April 1,
I'll try to
bids
get
to
it,
you.
I'll try to get it,
And if we can't, then we can't.
Yeah,
Again,
I'll try
I'd
to
like
get
to at least give it a shot.
Some people might look at this and say it's too little.
yeah, well, I know a couple did. Yeah, a couple did. A couple did say, nah. So, okay,
Table that?
so we'll table that. And I will follow up with you. Hopefully the next meeting I'll have everything, or at least one more number to look at. All right, Last item on our new business agenda is business item number 11. And I am going to resolve to go into closed session to consult with the township attorneys. I know Chuck's the only one right there, but we are going to call in the insurance attorney as well. And he's going to join us. In connection, we're going to discuss the two pending lawsuits listed in the board package. And the reason we do this is because discussion in an open meeting, Scott, could have detrimental effects on the township. All right?
Okay, roll call. Greg Carnes,
Yes.
Jennifer Eden,
Yes?
Herman Ferguson,
Yes.
Dean Haas,
Yes.
Pam Offler, yes. Chris Rapetta, absent. Zach Tucker.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, you need to let everyone know that we'll be adjourned
We're probably
afterwards.
going to adjourn afterwards. I mean, I don't see any reason why not. We're not going to act upon anything tonight, anything anymore.
Okay.
All right?
Wait.
Yeah, I'm not used to that. It's oddly functional.
Oddly functional? Yeah. That's a good word.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like we're gonna throw our popcorn.
Oddly functional. I like that. That's what the Tri-County Times should put in there this week. It was oddly functional.
Yeah, why don't you write in, I'll put that one in, see if you
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. What went right? Yeah. Oddly functional.
Did you get that, Scott?
Oh.
This meeting was oddly functional.
Well, it was just like the last meeting when those two walked out.
Oh, I know.
I mean, it was just like a whole different.
I wrote Greg a letter about that. I said, you know, you got more done when those two left. Got roast a lot.
Should have not turned realistically.
You know, the guy,
Yeah.
I mean, especially
she was going on about, what's that insurance that you buy for,
Yeah.
it's a good thing, this has nothing to do with it. No, I mean, GAP is just protect, whatever your insurance company pays you for your vehicle, you're gonna recoup the rest on
I
the
guess
GAP.
the other fire situation, that was local and he got.
Yeah, he did. I felt bad for him because he did try, and, the only reason I stuck up for him is because he's a resident. I mean, I have a pit, I burn, my yard's all grass, and luckily I don't get it, but he was probably in an area where you.
Which guy is this?
There was a guy that came here, I can't.
Yeah.
He's over by Lake Shannon.
You did a little.
No.
Well, I have one question about that. We don't know what he was burning.
We don't need,
Was it cardboard?
I don't know.
Because
Well, diesel,
cardboard will float in the air and cause fires, so and he didn't even know what he's burning, which is weird. I know what I burn all the time.
Like I said,
Big old fire pit.
the only reason I sympathize is because he's already paying for you're already paying for the service, $175 a year, okay, to have that fire protection. But, you know what? You gotta come to the realization, I mean, how many of these can
Is
we
it
afford?
because there's not like a station here or nearby?
No, it's just, okay, we voted down Deerfield Fire Authority, Harbor Deerfield Fire Authority, then they turned around and voted it in here. And after the citizens turned it down, put us in anyway. So, we get into this thing, and all of a sudden, I don't know how much Randy remembers, he was here, from everything I know, is we got into this thing, and all of a sudden, money's going here and there, we're not even, it's like, they put a fire hall over in Deerfield Township, Harshall's got one, and we're sitting over here, and we're paying all this money, and why? I mean, so it was cheaper in the long run. We bought, they finally decided it was cheaper for us to get out than contract, which it is. You look at the dollar amount, we just paid for a contract for our fire ones.
Yeah, they just built a new one somewhere like in Oliverville.
Yeah. Well, that really
My
helps.
barn got fired a couple months ago.
Huh?
Remember my barn got fired a couple months ago?
Yeah.
I haven't got it all out.
No, you should go back.
And I'm in Rose, and right after school, Rose.
Yeah,
And
instead of-
my lawnmower caught on fire last summer.
Yeah.
Fire department came out, and the ambulance came out, they didn't charge me.
Yeah. But here,
So they were on it. They did a good job.
but think about where all the fire departments are around here. We got a station here, we got stations in Benton, we got a station over in Deerfield, okay? There are a couple in Minnesota, okay? Do we need more buildings? No, we don't need more buildings. I'd rather spend the money and put more firemen in there full time. So there's a couple more there, each one
Well,
is.
the unfortunate thing
So-
is that all these things are discrepancies
Yeah.
happen on the expressway,
Oh, yeah.
which we do not have any control over.
No.
So the people that come in, yeah, I'm sorry that happened.
Yeah.
We don't have control to yay or nay,
Yeah,
that
plus
express
we're-
highway department.
Well, a lot of fire
Did you know
lines.
I was certified in 32 states as an insurance adjuster?
Really? I didn't know that. You know a lot of shit.
Couple things. Couple things.
So that lady was just
Well,
passing through,
everybody's got
right?
experience in
Township,
different
that
things.
got in an accident.
Yeah, she got an accident on the highway,
Yeah.
which is,
So I was at first thinking to myself, like, because I have a certificate of insurance, I worked for Citizens for
Yeah.
a few years, but I was like, is that actually fair? But then I thought of the guy in Franklin, and I don't think they cut it the rate.
No.
and the problem is because it's really not our place. I mean, some people's minds, we can cut that out. But, that's the highway department, that's the county. The township is just in the unfortunate position that we are the ones that people come to complain and to try and get it done.
At least they
We
got it.
really don't have any say over it.
I think Noel will be the last one that went through, because there was a lot of people over that one. Because people were just saying, where do we draw the line? We gotta draw the line somewhere, and we just,
That was
It's unfortunate because people,
you know,
hell, she's probably right. She got
She
came,
did,
she
yeah.
got in some guy's truck, warmed up.
but you know, as well, they automatically come, they have to.
Unfortunately, that is.
That's it, rolls.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, all of a sudden, there's a roll over me.
Well, like, checking for gas leaks, and all
Oh, yeah.
that stuff like
It's
that.
safety.
I think they should probably go ahead and let the state bill those instead of billing the township and having the township bill the people. Because that's why
Township, which is just being passed along. I really think that, maybe the road commissioner or something should handle the citations or whatever.
But that's it.
We really don't have anything to do about it.
MDOT does it, but, I just look at all this stuff and I'm just thinking, holy crap, we go broke paying for it.
Oh, so now I'm in the mix.
What's that?
Lots of,
That's good. Yeah, if you're on something.
yeah.
They won't put me on. They don't like me.
We want Rose Township zoned into Tyrone so we can have a stake in the public.
You know what I thought a long time ago? If they really got smart, if you think of the communities around here, you've got Tyrone and you've got Hartman. Why don't they combine the two townships? You got Osceola and, the other, Deerfield. You could combine them. We could, basically, I'm surprised they talked about it. Combining townships.
Inside of this attorney, or you go?
She's already across the road.
We own property, we own property, like.
They're typically going to Germany, I can spit across.
Yeah.
It's
Laying on a Germany road.
Yeah.
Run out.
Yeah.
So, it is.
But I'm a long time.
I don't know why they don't combine townships, it saves so much money in office and stuff
Do
like
that
that.
with school districts.
Well, they could get around that. Well, here's a prime example from Tyrone. We have Tyrone Township, we got how many different school districts here in Tyrone? Okay, and I get charged my community college, half the township doesn't. I mean, it's not, it's like $300-400 a year. It's outrageous.
I grew up in Linden, Genesee County, so it's like, this is so close by, and, Mott is definitely Genesee County.
Yeah.
So there's,
That's weird, Scott. That kind of-
to the Saturday. Yeah, you went to the county, there's a big Appropriations. Yeah.
Like I said, I just said.
It's so weird how bad things have gotten. My kid is in college students, right? He's a senior, and he's very smart, and he doesn't speak public. But, they had that a student walkout, and they had to change it from a walkout to after school because of pressure from wolves were allowed by one of the, trustee. And I get that it's taxpayer money and stuff, but it was very bullying manner, so they ended up doing after school. And then just all pushback from adults. My summer,
Anyways, that's what's gonna happen, so.
we should think of something.
I'm like, oh, you fill your truck now.
I went up to Costco, it went from 270, it went to 284. And, I should have went the day before, it was 270, the bag got 275, and I watched it on the phone. But, it cost me $80.
Now it's not 2, so it's 3, so.
It was 275 when I looked on the phone today.
Today?
No.
But that was on my phone, I don't know if it.
No way, it's, every gas station's
Well, I'm gonna tell you
$4.
Well, yeah, for the road, $4.
No, Costco's not that cheap.
My one
I was telling you, when I went up
Yeah, I
there,
filled up last.
$3.50.
It was- but
It was like 20 cents lower.
it went up to 289, then I went back down to 284, now I see the day 274, so it's.
You'll get 2 calls if you get it for that.
Thought it was neat.
Well, I was telling you what I saw on my
Cheap.
phone, that's all I did. I look at the gas prices on the phone, I know that is outrageous. I'm retired.
It's definitely, it's a cereal aisle, I feel like you have a.
Now I'm back to which was.
You go to low to buy it for
Like I said, the potato chips used to be 16 ounce bags, now they're 12. It's 10.
I like how hard fighter fought for the bigger potato chip bags.
It's a big ice cream, don't think about your mother with the ice cream. buy the same.
Trying to keep it the same way.
I don't drink a lot of it, but when I drink, I drink some.
Well, it should change.
All the just good deals, even cereal.
Oh my God. Well, I got sugar. I wish they could come out with stuff like that, Splenda in it. So it's not so high in sugar.
Tyrone Township. You're leaving, towards Pittsburgh Road or?
No, I'm back.
Oh, back.
Yeah.
Down right next to you.
I need to start thinking. I never thought like that.
Well, good luck, Jason.
It would be the best thing.
Plus, we buy trees since last fall. I never left them at this stage.
You know,
And I said, hey, it's smart. Oh, very, yeah.
Yeah, and then look at it.
control.
Yeah,
That's not how it's supposed to work.
It's like working in an office where they keep passing the buck along.
Yeah, between the right down by the campground.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so who else is a good tree guy?
One's got a blue, he's got
Get the garbage can, kids, they come in bunches. Oh, yeah,
Mark's got does really good work.
we have some old garbage cans.
Mark basically does bids nowadays.
They're pretty
serious. He's really good.
Does anybody do like half day, nickel and dime there, tree?
I can say things about.
You know, it's so ridiculous.
I watch you guys and say, I'm not coming down.
I know. And basically,
Oh, yeah. Oh, I think, oh, those are, I found a new purpose in life.
I mean,
There's a lot of different Holtzmaner.
You know, they're not supposed to be lighting, only addressed to children. Okay, I'm just speaking the truth. I want to talk to someone. However, I call someone out, I mean, at the end of the meeting, and all of a sudden, my name gets called out 5 or 6 times. And I get reminded to only address the chair. Now, they didn't recommend to be, women be, I will, it's different. You do that, I don't know.
Sky Ray.
cracks me up.
They do like recommended steps.
Yeah, I do it all day long between two, because how, I mean, it goes down.
Yeah, for this tree.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry,
I decided I watched the last meeting.
Oh, yes, sure, thank you.
I've been wanting to come up there.
Call Casey and they have to back, so sure, back on moving on.
Yeah.
It's new on lose, right?
Right?
Yeah. Nothing grand, and we're,
Mobile number is 810-730. 3627.
yeah, no,
Precision, you know, Mark,
yeah.
they're not cheap.
No,
They do declines.
I didn't decline.
Mark, he used to, he only eat clams anymore.
No, I don't think so.
But smoky.
Does he have equipment now?
Oh, yeah, they got all the equipment.
He does.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe I'll just get a hold of him.
Yeah,
You guys know each other pretty good, huh?
Well, we mutual acquaintance.
Okay, all right.
No, I've never been before. I've been around this parts for 50 years, 60 years, 70 years.
I'll bet around for Sid.
Yeah, Mark got all the equipment.
I was
What's
just
that
trying
area?
not to go.
All these decent guys.
Okay, because back when I knew him, like 20 years.
Yeah, he used to be out there.
Just by himself.
Yeah, no, he's
Surprised they
he's
did
got
this
good,
far.
they got good equipment.
Okay. And he's close by.
Yeah, this is, Parker Terry lives right there on, Sacker,
Well, sir.
Hickory Ridge.
Yeah, okay. Now, does Mark have his equipment at this place on the off the wall there?
They got some Sackers, they got some on the boat, he goes Mars, so. Yeah, he's pretty accommodating. I know, and his partner Terry's like excellent as far as the execution. This guy's, and Herb, my son.
But it's not.
Smaller.
It's not like when you were.
Little smaller operation.
Or the 80s, that's right where the
They
also were.
should-
It's not easy transition. Teacher.
They brought in a crane, picked the thing up, swung it over my house, into the driveway, they came in.
It's his
They
old
came in
citizen.
with 10 guys, 5 trucks. They took out a pretty massive freaking tree. And they were getting it out of there in like 4 hours.
Did you see how
Cleaned
they
up.
grass the
Covered.
work trees?
I was like,
Oh, I saw some,
2 years ago.
I saw her do it.
And her come in, another one for me.
Someone's business.
Yeah, I'm not so young. I used to be both of their trees too.
I did too, but trees are gonna kill me. I've had like 7 in my life,
Yeah,
not, that's a tree word.
yeah.
You gotta be careful with trees, they bite you.
They'll
I've got them a snapback, but I've taken a lot of trees down.
Yeah, me too.
You know?
Be more cautious.
I can't do much anymore. I got like 40 screws in my back, so.
And that,
I,
he just keeps going, you know, I retired, I finally just had enough at 67.
I don't know no
I said
better.
enough, I was doing landscaping, all that stuff, and tree, you know, I was doing trees, bushes, everything. I just finally come to the point, I said, I can't do this anymore, I'm just beating myself up. I was spending more time, you know, you're gonna make a couple bucks and you're spending in the doctor's.
I tried to retire.
Yeah, it's not working.
And I went out and bought 3 more damn buildings.
He wants to be mayor. He's gonna be mayor of, what's that, not Gregory,
Bancroft.
Bancroft. He's gonna be mayor of Bancroft.
I just bought half the town.
And they're gonna have a plaque in the middle when he dies. Your lies Randy Pierce.
I don't want to be there. I just want to be the crazy son of a bitch that bought half the town and fix it up.
He's a good guy, I can tell you, we joke with each
I
other.
bought myself an opera house.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was like a bonus deal. Kind of thing.
Well, possessed you to do that.
Well, I needed more room for, I got a couple small companies, and we needed room for manufacturing. I own a Mackinac tea and spice company. We do loose leaf teas and spices.
Oh,
I have a Bath and Body aromatherapy company.
we have to sell the.
Who's like a Renaissance Festival.
He does a Renaissance festival.
I'm gonna put a dog fight pen in my
So
backyard.
we needed room to.
I think you should have our weekend too.
And it was gonna cost me like $150,000 for a pole barn with all the shit that I needed, health department and all that, for convention. Found 16,000 square foot of ghost town for $30,000. And upstairs was an opera house from 1984.
Old town, nice.
So you hold it over, right? So Shakespearean times, or 1850.
Victorian, right
So
on the edge.
1850.
Right on the edge of Victorian.
Nice.
So I'm now in the habit of rehabbing the opera house, and I used to have a background of concert venues. I used to own 100-year-old ring down here, concert venues, airplane tasting room.
Okay, cool.
I got an opera house, I'm gonna use it, that's it. Make it cool, and, I mean, there's nothing out there, so. Yeah, I
Not
figure
much to do in town.
Monday Monster Movie Special.
How many people will see?
I've got, toward the order of winning artists, I can just call them, they'll come in and bring their own clientele anyways.
How many people will see?
400.
You got that big of a building? I'm telling you, you can sell that, go, I mean,
I would-
schools would use it too for like, players and stuff like that, you rent it out.
I bought 160 theater seats for the church in Troy, and then I'm gonna do some bistro tables, and a big bar, and then I've got
story? Yeah.
We're gonna turn our homes into a big cattle call for people in the city of Powell, and just make it into like Bare Naked Woods, call
Oh, yeah.
ourselves Harvest Hosts, and, you know,
You gotta
screw
make
the
bread
city and
rolls.
their plans, I don't care.
They specialize in bread boards, charcuterie boards.
Sure.
Oh, man.
They just got rid of a PR rep in the city of Powell. They're paying them $6,500 a month, $135 an hour, gas money to come from Holland to make us look a little bit better on Wikipedia and meet and chat with people in the coffee houses.
Can't go by your own business. You know, you hire somebody who doesn't know your.
Well, that's it. Well, we did this here in Tyrone Township. They had, back when it was, everything was slow, the recession, that Fred Dillingham was part of something, some development thing in Livingston County. Well, the township here was paying him money, and they were supposed to bring people here that wanted to develop along US 23-year corridor.
Okay.
We never got shit from them. We just gave them money.
Yeah.
Just unbelievable. Well, we're gonna see something happening on 23 really quick.
I'd like to see the old Paul Revere farm.
Oh, the one
I
that-
don't-
Oh, yeah, wasn't that cool?
The mural, yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, the guy that did those paintings,
Well, those were nice.
he's aged out now.
Yeah. Still fine.
Why did they keep them? Somebody could have cut them up. I mean, all it was somebody to keep the buildings up and paint them.
Paint them up.
One was what, on the Dexter barn there, over there by the horse auction?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and get a mural on my building, maybe not this year, probably next year. But I've got a couple people that can do it.
And you look at some of these stuff in the history of the city.
I don't know what to put on it.
Pictures of some of these buildings that were here at one time, and they're gone, the businesses that are gone. I mean, you stop looking at the history, it's like,
About
I love
that, when they
I
tore
love
Bentley down.
that Paul Revere up there. That was just so awesome.
That
Were
was
you
just a
around when they
staple.
tore Bentley down?
when they
renewal came in?
When they took, when
In the
they
70s?
when they did the round the,
Yeah, 70s, they tore the whole town down.
Oh, yeah.
I graduated from Harvard in '75. My family's been out here since the 50s.
I graduated from Fenton.
That was the biggest joke they just did.
Stomping grounds.
Yeah.
Graduated
Well, they
35
just,
years.
my wife just read something on Facebook that they're putting a great big hotel downtown. Downtown, they're gonna build a great big hotel. Something, a hotel and something else. I'm wondering if it's where the old Tops Food was.
Right.
That lot, remember that lot that was supposed to, where they were, the guy that screwed me, they bought all that money and borrowed all that money and.
Oh, yeah, the credit union.
Well, that big field where Tops Produce used
I
to be.
forget Tops is where the,
Right across from where the baker,
crust.
crust, yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
And then, yeah, he was a major embezzler in.
Oh, yeah, I meant to, the reason, the property, he had so much money. He borrowed more money than what the property was worth.
Oh, yeah, there we go, Comer 563.
It was where the roller skating.
You remember Comer and Box?
Yeah.
Thanks, got down with Bentley there.
I remember Baisley's. I didn't do a lot of stuff in Fenton, but I remember Baisley's. Baisley's just.
That was the north end of town.
I remember
Yeah,
Andy's.
the donut hole and down, and we had everything.
You remember Andy's?
Yeah.
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 Like I said, there's been so much stuff going on here, man, it's just.
Yeah, I grew up in Fenton.
I got a lot of Harvard and Howell back, you know, because my mom and dad lived on Green and Fawcett. I go to Fenton, but not as much as Howell. Because my dad worked at Hilltop Ford when it was Hilltop Ford.
And we got the sidewalk sales.
Oh, yeah.
Sidewalks downtown.
Yeah. The old D&C.
Yeah.
Do you remember Buck's Corral? It was, my mom used to go to sidewalk sales in Howell. And Buck's Corral, if you're going down 59 before you get to Grand River up that hill, he had the big ranch house and the view of the pond.
Oh, yeah,
He
yeah,
had the
yeah.
Western wear in his house.
Yeah, and he
My
had
mom used to
the
go
tools
outside
out
his
of bars and
kids,
stuff.
cowboy boots and the jeans and stuff from him to go to school.
I went to this one store for men only. And they sure got
Everybody
this.
remembers what's in downtown Howell.
Said for men only.
So you went in it?
We don't spend much time at home.
Oh, man, that huge store.
Well, I got two.
And then moved over to the lumber yard. What was that called?
Closed areas and what else.
I mean, so much. I remember the Baldwin coming here.
Sandwich.
Two hardware stores in downtown Hall. And you could go in there and
It just
buy,
like
they had two stores. You
outside
used to go up those
of
big
the-
old wood steps. see, I spent more than all of
Oh, it was excrementitious.
Farm all this area over here too.
Well, we farmed everything over at Green. We farmed all over Latson Road. Farmland over there. My dad owned that farm. My dad farmed.
I know Dave Fabry.
I don't know Dave Faber.
Dave lives on Mabley. We farmed Flo Nagy's right there on Center and Linden.
Yeah.
Major Road Farm.
Flo Nagy, the insurance agent.
She was an old lady. She's
Yeah, I remember her. I worked with her in her office before I
she was
started.
90-some years old.
Is she still around?
No,
Okay,
no, not the same one.
okay. I worked at Century
Farmed out
21.
off Hickory Ridge Road,
Yeah, you're over this one.
all the way to Major Road where Forgotten Harvest is
Yeah.
now. We farmed all
Yeah,
that.
Larry's got all that now.
Laird's,
Larry and then,
Corey's south.
Mike's doing,
Bolt
Burroughs.
Brothers up here where Corey's is now.
Yeah. So we did like from Green Road, Fawcett Road area. My uncle had this farm over on Allen Road, and we did a lot of land over there, all the way over to Latson Road.
Okay.
And we had a lot of, all the subdivisions on Latson Road, and we had tons and tons of acres.
We did everything that's north of there.
Yeah. And Laird did a lot over there, and Ed, we know Laird's.
Yeah.
Ed Laird, when Ed Laird was doing farming, Ed was doing a lot of farming over there around where my dad's house too. But he was basically just a crop farmer.
We did about 3,000 acres back in those days.
Yeah. I don't think we had that many, we had 100, we had pigs, but we probably did close to 1,000, but we were just basically feeding our cattle and a little bit of the corn went to mommy. Back in those days, we had took it to mommy, you had to go to mommy with it, remember?
Yep.
Didn't have the mills around here, so.
No grain down there in Canada.
I remember we took we used to get ground up there at Tom Walker's grist mill. And so he went, and then we did Walcott's, and so he went. I used to go up to the gravity wagon, take it up there, dump it in, put the shit back in the gravity wagon, back to the farm I went. Oh, yeah, remember old Frank?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
He used to take me downstairs, and all those belts are going this way and that way and shit.
Yeah, my buddies from the township supervisors here.
Yeah.
I mean, been in it for 40 years.
I know that guy.
Like I said, there's a lot of crop, a lot of the farmers.
Oh, yeah.
Short of that.
Michael, I just stopped and talked, Mike, on Major. Well, Adamitis is used to, and not Adamitis, yeah. What was the name of Larry Adamitis' cousin. Bugis was, what was the name? Is it Adamitis? Not Adamitis. The name of the people. I went to school.
We used to get sweet corn down there on Hogan Road.
Yeah.
Best sweet corn at Harvey Martell's.
Yeah, oh yeah, Mark.
You remember Harvey?
You got right
Yeah,
down.
he had the best sweet corn ever.
Oh, yeah. And then what's her name? He's got sweet corn. Corey.
Yeah.
And, what's the other one over there? Good friends of mine. Do you know my wife's uncle, Dan, you know Dan O'Connell? The O'Connells?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's my wife's, that's my,
Oh,
related to
yeah.
And then you just, you know that you just is, Sutton, my, related to them now too. My, not the Suttons, but, well, Suttons are related, they're intertwined with the White House, my uncle married a White House. Mike?
Mike and Larry and.
Yeah, through framing.
Yeah.
And Larry and I used to write there,
Yeah.
all over the place. Yeah, we used to party the shit out down there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, when they had the lot over there, on Lake Shannon, we used to party there all day. We go to Twin Gardens to get a hammer.
I spent some time there too.
So I party ready, got a time.
Kurt Flaherty out there.
I remember you remember Todd Stanley? He used to get drunk and shit, throw bottles and get kicked out. You don't remember Stanley that lived on Spalding Road over there?
Yeah.
Trinity.
Hey Scott, you inspired me to get my garbage pail kids' cards out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I found them.
You did. Kevin goes on like.
We probably did know each other back in those days.
What?
So we probably did run into each other.
Oh, I'm sure we did. We used to go there and they had the band up there. Remember the fish dinners and the wild game dinners? They had Twin Gardens? Twin Gardens. Twin Gardens used to be the last call. We used to go party. We'd go everywhere. Shit, well, we were young.
Yeah, Snapper's on the water now.
Old Hickory doesn't seem right.
We've been to the old Hickory.
Old Hickory, oh geez,
We went there a few weeks ago, and after the Linden Council meeting.
Remember we used to go up there,
remember the Rankin Inn?
Doing the open mic nights and stuff, Thursday nights.
You remember the Rankin? Rankin Inn?
I do.
I got it.
Porsche's gotten a big repertoire.
Hey, stop talking about this. All right, right now. Good job. Sure. Yeah, I got one for you. Right there, brother.
All right, thank you.
Hold on. We got a couple of people missing. I'm gonna play music till I get here. Oh, they got a key.
The other door.
They got keys, we don't. They don't trust us with keys. Wow.
Guys, don't let us in, just, you know.
You have keys, we don't.
You're laughing?
No, we're not. We're laughing because he was saying, use the other door. Hi, Dan, welcome back.
All right. So, miscellaneous business. Do we have anything?
Well, at some point, we need to talk about this enforcement that we've been doing on this code of conduct that we've never discussed how, who, when, why, what the outcome's gonna be, what the process is, though we seem to be just moving right ahead and doing it without anybody actually having the authority to do it. Because everybody refused to want to talk about it last time. No, I don't care if we move that to unfinished business and do it the next one, or we do it now, but it's gotta be discussed. I mean, as of right now, the only way we can enforce anything is with a full board vote. This board has not identified any single person for ordinance enforcement.
All right, it's, we have to put that on to unfinished business and we'll put it on the docket? Is that?
It's not unfinished business.
No, I said we could move it to unfinished
That would
business.
have to go under new.
And discuss it the next meeting.
It goes under new business on the agenda.
And, should we print what we have and send it to all the board members?
Or you can
That
decide
would
that
be in the board
process.
packet.
Okay, and then we can decide that under new business,
Yep,
what we're gonna do.
That's fine.
Okay.
yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
All right, so we'll put code of conduct.
You have to,
Well, code of conduct enforcement.
you can't guarantee though, because you don't have your checklist of what you have slated for the next board meeting.
Right,
So it's a future board meeting.
right.
No, I'm gonna either make a motion and we're doing it right now, or we're gonna put it as unfinished business, because we are discussing it right now. We're gonna move it as unfinished business, and it's gonna be on the next agenda.
You can't make a motion on something that's not on our agenda tonight.
It's under miscellaneous business.
No, you're
No,
at,
it's
you
not.
stated it under
You
miscellaneous.
stated it under.
Yes.
It's not on our agenda, so you can't make a motion.
And we're discussing it right now. So
You
I
still
want it,
can't make a
I
motion.
want it under unfinished business then. Or let's discuss it right now.
That's not how unfinished business works, Steve.
We're in miscellaneous business, let's talk about it right now then. Since we're already moving ahead and enforcing an ordinance that nobody has the authority to do. The last two things you guys have done have been, as far as I'm concerned, inappropriate and wrong. Because we tried to have this discussion, nobody wanted to. And at this point, no one person on this board has any more authority than anybody else.
I thought the supervisor did.
No, not on this
Is it
board.
true, Chuck?
We are all trustees sitting up here
I
right
know,
now.
but the supervisor is the one that runs the meeting.
Yeah,
He is.
And if somebody's out of order, the supervisor controls the meeting.
And if the supervisor wants to make a motion at this point to remove somebody or to bring some charges against somebody, at this point, he has to bring it to this board. We have not given him authority to represent this entire board.
It already has. Chuck, can you help us on this one?
The supervisor has the authority, and I think we, somewhere else in our ordinance,
Yes.
we designate a person as the ordinance enforcement officer, and I can't
Yes,
remember.
and that is Carrie in our
And-
plan.
And we used to have one. With the last resolution, there was one.
But we have a blanket ordinance that designates, if it's carried, as the ordinance.
Yes,
It
it
is.
is, it
It's
is Carrie in planning and zoning has been
And
for
it's-
years. There is,
dedicated to that when
Yep.
she was.
And it's written and it's in,
And
I
it's
don't have it
expired.
sitting in front of me, but
It's
it's not
expired.
expired, Dean, the board appointed
We,
planning and zoning.
it,
Your ordinances don't expire.
unless you.
not an
have it on.
ordinance, it was a
Unless you go to
resolution.
change
The resolution gave the person the ordinance enforcement.
We'll,
And it was done by Royce Hyde.
we'll put on new business in a future meeting, discussion of the code of conduct.
Well, it sounds to me like there is a process.
There is a
process.
There
There is.
There was a
There is.
resolution that, two of them expired. They were done back in, I don't remember, 80-something. And they had an expiration date on them. They both did, the resolution and the resolution that assigned the ordinance enforcement person.
Well, it'd be unusual, but I
They did.
haven't looked
I'd
at
have to
it.
look.
They did.
Yeah, I don't,
No, we need documentation.
And nothing
to
has
have a
happened since
discussion on that.
1980.
yeah, that, we can't,
Okay.
without documentation
Then
in
every
front of us,
board let it go since
this
1980.
is silly.
Okay.
So,
I can give the board a quick update on MMA.
Sure.
The special counsel reached out to the planning commission before our last meeting and indicated that she wasn't prepared to present her comments at the scheduled meeting, but it should be available for our first planning commission meeting in April. So I still think we're in pretty good shape in terms of the last 90-day moratorium we enacted to get that all wrapped up before then.
Good.
So.
all right. Thank you for that update. I was wondering where that was at. So, great. All right, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. I missed it.
Is the game.
13 minutes.
That's a good question.
7:10.
No, you didn't.
And I'm scrambling to get tickets,
It's Chicago?
Chicago.
Yeah.
You got connections in Chicago, don't you?
Well, for the Big Ten tournament, I had great seats. I was on a platform and folding chairs, some with armrests, right above the tunnel where the players come in and off the court.
You got throwing his house on the people.
Only the opponents. Oh, it's fun because you can get around rowdy opponent fans and you can get into it with them. But most of them are pretty good. So I'm trying to get tickets.
I'm a fan of some of all right.
But for the Big Ten tournament, 17 games, it was $800 per person for the entire thing.
Oh, that's
17
that's
games
reasonable.
for 800. Well, no, actually, it was $600 with great seats. Everything else.
I'm saving my